Hello and welcome to ITV News. The headlines on Channel this evening.
A decision on how to fund Jersey's new hospital is delayed again as the Treasury Minister suggests a new financial plan.
Also tonight, the Guernsey firms that could be forced from their premises are one step closer to finding new homes.
Plus, when should children start school? Calls tonight for more flexibility for Jersey pupils.
And making a splash, the Olympic gold medalist sharing his top tips with young swimmers in Guernsey.
First tonight, there's been yet another delay to Jersey's future hospital. States members were due to debate funding proposals today, rescheduled from a fortnight ago.
But the debate was delayed again. This time, though, it was because the Treasury Minister says he's come up with a better way of funding it. Our reporter Hannah Bechelay is live for us outside the States now. And Hannah, tell us, what is the Minister's new plan?
Well, those people who have been following the debate about future hospital funding will know that a lot of it's centred about how much loan we're going to take out and how much we're going to get from central strategic reserves, also known as the Rainy Day Fund. Well, the hospital is expected to cost £466 million. Before Christmas, the Treasury Minister asked the states to approve a loan of up to £400 million, with the rest of the money coming from that Rainy Day Fund. Well, that was criticised by many who thought that the loan was too big and there was too much risk for the island. It seems that perhaps the Treasury Minister has agreed, because today he's asked for that loan to be £275 million. A big difference in the amount of money that's going to be borrowed, and also a big difference in the amount of money that's coming from that Rainy Day Fund. Well, I'm joined by two politicians now who can talk a lot about that funding, the Treasury Minister and the Chair of Scrutiny. If I start with you, Senator Alan Maclean, why is it that the loan is now considerably lower than it was going to be?
Well, first and foremost, the proposition was prepared last year, and what we'd said was that we were looking for the flexibility to be able to borrow up to £400 million. The intention was always to make the loan as low as we possibly could without breaching the protected capital value in the strategic reserve. Fortunately, we've had a very good outturn from 2016. As time has gone on, we're now in a position where the strategic reserve made 13.7%, or over £105 million last year. That's given us greater flexibility to reduce the amount that we might need to borrow for the hospital, and that's really good news.
OK, so more money then in the Rainy Day Fund for you to take out. Why have you only been able to come to us with this amendment now?
Well, that news is relatively new in terms of what the outturn was from 2016, and I gave a briefing to states members at the end of last week. The position that I found myself in was that if I lodged an amendment to clarify the position about the exact amount, up to £275 million, then it wasn't going to give members the usual period of time to be able to consider that. And as such, today, having discussed it with the Corporate Services Scrutiny Panel and some other members, the feeling was that they would have preferred it to be delayed to the next sitting, which is perfectly reasonable. OK,
thank you very much. Well, Deputy John Lafondre, you are from that scrutiny panel. How do you feel now that the loan amount has been reduced?
I think we're glad. It obviously means that we did bring something to the debate, and what I would say is obviously we're assessing the 275. It is still debt, it's still an increase in debt, and we just want to understand what the impact looks like.
Do you think that it's likely to be passed? Do you think you'll be supporting it?
That is a little too early to tell. As Senator Maclean was saying, we only got it on Friday evening. As I said, it's an improvement in the position, but it is still quite a significant level of increase in debt. It'll take us up to just below £1 billion in terms of liabilities rather than just above. And therefore we just want to understand what the impact would be and how we service that.
OK, thank you very much. Well, still a lot more to decide then, and we didn't debate that in the States. The members didn't discuss that today, but there were a lot of other things that they did talk about.